Alright guys, welcome to Year 12 Physics in 2018. I actually filmed this before, but the settings on the camera are pretty crap, so it came out super dark, so you can barely see me, and I'm the star of this show, so you need to be able to see me. There's only three things that are brand new for this year: relativistic motion, induced EMF, and the standard model. Relativistic motion is all about looking at frames of reference, motion in frames of reference. My phone just went beep. I'm not going to edit it out because this is live. Anyway, let's consider us standing stationary. So we're doing 0 meters per second. A car goes past at 50 and a racing car goes past at 100 meters per second. So that's 360 k's an hour. And I did this before. I made the same joke, but you didn't hear it, so I'm not going to do it again. This one here looks like it's going past 50 meters per second. This one looks like it's going past at 100 meters per second to us in our reference frame. But if we change our reference frame to here, it looks like we're going backwards at 50 compared to this guy, and this one's going in front of it at 50 compared to this guy. If we now change our reference frame to this one here, it looks like this one's going backwards at 50, we're going backwards at 100. Alright, so it's just looking at your motion compared to the motion of another object. Alright, induced EMF is all about electromotive force. That's what EMF stands for. What we're looking at is how we can use the electric field strength and things like that inside our power supply to make generators, to generate electricity to start with, make motors turn around, so the electromotive force making motors turn around. Where do you reckon they got a name from? Remember, physicists are crap at naming things. But what we're going to be looking at a little bit as well is transformers. So I made a joke before about the movie one, but you didn't see that, so I'm going to do it again. Not the fun movie kind, the boring charge your phone, laptop kind. So you have like a big brick, which is this thing over here. Inside the big brick is a couple of coils of wire. One's the primary, one's the secondary, and electricity goes out of the power point at, I scribbled it out, comes out of the wall at 240 volts, goes into the primary, goes around some coils of wire. There's an electromotive force to kind of restrict or assist the flow of electricity through that coil. It goes into the secondary coil, and then what you have is 5 volts at about 2.1 amps comes out the other end, which is not going to blow up your phone. If you've got a laptop charger, it probably comes out, I think they're 12 volt, and I'm going to say about 3 amps. I can't really remember exactly what. They'll all be different. Mine will be different from yours anyway. The last part, the standard model. It's called the standard model because it's, you know, the standard model that physicists go by. It's constantly being updated, but the basic principle is there's 3 fundamental particles in existence, and everything else is made up of all of those other particles. So here I've got a U, a D, T, B, S, C, up, down, top, bottom, strange, charm. They're all quarks. Some of these quarks, like this one, from memory, are positively charged, and this one, and this one, negatively charged. So if you have a proton, it might just be that it's made of 2 up quarks and a down quark. So plus 2/3 charge, weird, I know, minus 1/3 charge. You get 2 lots of 2/3, you take away 1/3, you end up with +1. Look at that. It's, you know, positively charged. If you got a neutron, I'm sure you can work it out, but you're going to end up with no net charge. If you've got an electron, there, I reckon you can work that one out too. Now, the reason the Australian curriculum or the SACE would have refreshed the course to include these things is because they want you guys to have a more up-to-date experience on with the world of physics. It is evolving so quickly. The other thing they wanted to do is this, and I'm not opposed to it whatsoever. You are doing 4 subjects for the most part. You would have had somewhere around 8 or 9 assessment tasks if you were doing this in 2017 or before that, which would have been somewhere around 32 assessment tasks for the year for all your subjects in about 33 or 4 weeks. So what you're looking at is about an assessment task every single week. Year 12's a grind. This is just way too much work. It burns people out. What we're wanting to do is give you a better understanding by assessing you less, which kind of means that we do 2 things. We either don't give you a better understanding, or we make you go a lot higher order, so deeper into your understanding of what's going on. So there's going to be a bunch of videos like this. All the ones that are currently on this playlist are still valid and useful. Nothing has been shut that I can remember. These 3 things here have been added and kind of tweaked a little bit, so they've shrunk the circular motion and gravity and satellite stuff, which was pretty much the same thing. It's just little circles or big circles. We've changed the conservation of momentum a little bit, so it's including some forces now. It always kind of did, but it's more specific, so it can fit in this relativistic motion. Here we've thrown out a little bit about electrostatics, I believe, to be able to include the induced EMF, and the standard model replaces some of the nuclear stuff. What we're going to be doing is these types of videos, and you're going to be using the Cornell Note system or some other system that you might prefer or feel more comfortable with, and you're going to whisk the videos. So watch, summarise, question. So you come to me as soon as the next lesson after I've asked you to watch one of these things, and you'll be able to ask me questions, we'll be able to iron out all the bugs as soon as we possibly can. Alright, so that's going to mean that you're going to be less confused a lot less often, which means that your understanding of the course will be significantly better. Alright, you're actually in a really good place to benefit from this. You are effectively guinea pigs for the SACE board. I'm not sure how you feel about that, but it's actually a good thing. Okay, so I will link down below to the assessment plan, or some pre-approved assessment plans, the course outline, the subject outline type stuff, where you'll be able to find all this. And pretty sure that SACE board's also developed a rough kind of timeline program for teaching of this stuff, so you can probably thank Russ's old man, Stan. He's probably had a little bit of a say in it, or people like him have. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy the year, hopefully you learn a whole bunch of stuff, because understanding how the world works is what physics does, and that's makes you a far better, I don't know, citizen of humanity, or in a better position to understand your place in the world.